That's cool.
Yeah, that is a cool shirt.
Hello you guys, and welcome back to another thrifting video. So this one is going to be a little bit different here. If you didn't catch my first video, it was like the most insane yard sale I've ever been to, I think is what I called it. I will link it right here and you can check it out. Basically, it was like they called it a reseller's paradise. I had a great haul from there, had a great time picking through, but it was a little bit too crazy for me to get stuck into like all of the amazing stuff like band tees, vintage tees, that kind of thing. Anyway, I ended up connecting with the guy who ran that sale. He's local to me, super nice guy, and I ended up going over last minute for a private pick, which is obviously one of the best things that can happen to a reseller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some footage right here. It was literally just he and I, we chatted the whole time. So I'll just show you like a few highlights of stuff that I pulled out of boxes. Found some awesome stuff, really exciting stuff, full of nostalgia, full of profit. And then stay tuned to the end of the video because of course I will show you a haul of every single item that I picked up. All right, you guys, let's go pick. Hey, how's it going? Very well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're fine. Sorry, I was inside. I was on the phone.
You're fine, don't worry. I really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you want to look at?
I don't know, you have clothes and stuff still, or... Do you have the sale today?
I had just a small one. I didn't advertise too much. I didn't have a whole lot of people come.
Yeah.
I really wasn't wanting to.
I got you. Yeah, it's kind of crazy last time.
My cousin, she wanted to have some of her stuff here, so
yeah.
I just sent a couple boxes out and stuff. Like
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome, thank you. Is some of it different from last time?
Yeah, there's some different stuff in here.
Cool.
And I mean, after you left, there's probably 300 t-shirts that were put back. So.
Oh, okay, nice. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So, do you do a lot of like the vintage stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of vintage toys, and then all this stuff is just kind of, just added on.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Drove to Minnesota for it.
Did you?
Yep. I'm glad you got some stuff to like.
Yeah.
Your video is great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That's a lot of fun.
Gotta go and watch it.
Well, I appreciate that as well. I had just seen your comment and it was like, oh my God, did I miss it? I know you had like some of like the Disney hard goods and stuff. Pretty much like anything sort of Disney, especially vintage Disney, I will usually look at. So I don't know if you have anything like that or like shoes and stuff, but...
Are you mainly like clothes and Disney? Kind of toys and stuff?
Kind of like, I try to get away from clothes as much, but I end up still doing it anyway. But pretty much, I do a lot of vintage, like sort of just random one-off quirky pieces is kind of what I tend to look for.
So
whether
you
it's
like knickknacks and stuff too, antiques and stuff?
Kind of, yeah, like some collectibles and stuff.
Just curious, how will you edit this video since it's not your normal?
I will do some of the picking still, like finding some of this stuff, and then I'll just do the haul or whatever. Since it's a private pick, it'll be a little bit different.
Okay, I'm curious.
Yeah, I've done a few different things like this before, so it'll work.
Do you know the Tennessee picker?
Believe it or not, I have never like crossed paths with him.
He came by to my sale.
Oh, did he? Like the same day last time?
He came before the sale, like 2 days before.
Uh-huh.
From like a week before it was prior. I had made plans with him. And then
Oh yeah.
came the day before to get some more stuff that he had wanted, but
Oh right, cool.
I think 95% of people that came was strictly for vintage t-shirts, so they 100%.
I feel like that too, like just watching how many people just kind of stayed there and didn't necessarily pick the rest of the stuff.
Dude, if there is prices on anything like my toys or anything, just okay.
Okay, yeah. I'll just make a pile if that's okay and let you look at it like last time.
You can get experienced people.
Yeah. Yeah, there was plenty of things probably on my video where I was like, I shouldn't have left that behind. Oh well.
I did see that you said that a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. That.
Lunchbox, for example.
Yeah.
I know I still have that.
Do you? If you have it, I will take that. Well, I think my husband has one from his childhood, and we have it. Like we collect Disneyana as well, and so I knew we had one, but obviously we're not selling that one, and So I think somewhere in my brain I was like, well, we have one, right? And I didn't grab it, and then I don't know what malfunctioned. Yeah. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff.
Lived in Florida, worked at Disney, and had a huge collection of Disney. So I God, no way. A lot of stuff that's in Disney.
Yeah.
Parks and stuff.
No way.
Universal, so like a lot of my stuff I get from him, and it's like original artwork and concept.
I cannot think of a cooler job than that.
Last season stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're like 25 made that were actually like produced.
Wow.
One of the 25 of each are in the court case.
Yeah.
That was probably.
Oh my.
I had some Nightmare Before Christmas. Whatever Oogie Boogie.
Oh yeah.
Thing taken off until all the bows come out.
Yeah, yeah.
I had 3 of those brand new Oogie Boogie.
Oh my God, no way.
What would you say your main genre of what you like to sell is?
Probably vintage clothing, but I like that. I mean, the graphic tees, I don't know half as much as like you do with them, but I enjoy that kind of stuff the most, I think. And I do a lot of vintage collegiate wear around here, like so much vintage Vol stuff. And that does really, really well.
You said you did see it?
I said if you see it. It's like the one that got away.
I know you've probably seen those frame photos I had.
I did, yeah.
I have some more of the rare ones, the rare Disney.
Oh, okay.
More and stuff.
Cool.
I have some of those too.
Yeah, I'll take a look at them. They were really neat, and I was kind of interested in them for us as well.
They're not super crazy, but some lady, she got them all professionally framed.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Check it out. I don't care one bit. It's so cool. Thank you.
It still works for this without the thermos.
Yeah, that's awesome. It can stop haunting me now.
Well, if you ever need, like, you mentioned that, you can always get you like original artwork from home and stuff too.
Seriously? Oh my God.
You mentioned that, like,
yeah.
You showed it to me.
Yeah. Yeah, always interested in that kind of stuff. Okay, I found this and I want to show it to you just in case it's anything that you're interested in. It's Tarzan.
Okay, I might need to keep that. That was the production.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I figured from what you were saying, you were kind of interested in that. So. Yeah. If you change your mind, I'll take it, but it's okay. It's.
Yeah. I thought that was just cool because it's a cast.
Yeah.
Production.
Seriously. All right.
I can fill that box with
Yeah. You've done well. Good grief.
Those are all passed on the table, and my girlfriend was like, I'm just going to fold these.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That is a cool piece.
Someone will want it, right?
Mm-hmm. Anything Harley.
Pretty much.
It's a neat little tapestry.
It is. That's cool.
Yeah, that is a cool shirt. That's actually a decent one.
Yeah. Just never know what you're going to find.
Beer koozie.
Yeah.
That's a decent shirt.
Which one? This one?
That one in your hand. That's Wu-Tang.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, okay. That's cool. I'll take a chance. You can give me something to learn, you know? I hate to like unfold these. They were done so nicely.
They'll get unfolded if they say.
Ah, no.
Was that the bag with the Prada bag in it?
Yes.
Do you know if that's real or not? It's probably not, but
I don't know. My instinct would be not, just because there's no like serial number or anything in here. But there's some good groups out there, like Facebook groups, if you ever need one, that are free, and those people know exactly what they're looking at. And
Did you get the Versace blanket verified?
I have not done that yet. I'm actually going to go ahead and pay to get that done. The label looks good, but I have never found a designer blanket before. So that's like a new one to me. But I think I'm going to pay just out of interest as well and see. It had a little bit of damage, unfortunately, on one of the sides, but it would still do okay, you know, if it's real and stuff. It gets so, I tend to stay away from a lot of the designer stuff because it gets so dicey. Like,
yeah, like I think I looked that bag up at one point, and if it's real, it's like $500, and if it's not,
yeah,
you know, so it's just I agree. It's very, very annoying.
Yeah. Okay, I know there's some good stuff in here, so I'll make sure you see that stuff specifically in case you need to charge a little more. Sure. Okay.
That's crowded out.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I just don't want anything to slide by that you didn't want to.
I had like 30 of those.
Did you?
All dead stock.
That's cool.
Which I had. Are you been with like the Cheezosaurus Rex? Cheezosaurus Rex?
No, I don't think so.
Macaroni dinosaur?
No.
It came from the 90s, but I had 100 of each of those shirts.
No way.
I don't think I have any left.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right, you guys, well, welcome to the whole portion of this private pick. So as you can see, I got a lot of stuff, and I spent a total of $350, which sounds like a lot. I know that puts every single item coming out to around an average cost of goods of, I think it was like $3.88. Let's just call it like just under $4. But that does include several like personal buys as well, which I will show you. Overall, I'm really happy with my average cost of goods. I know I'll make my money back on just several of these items. And all of this stuff is super, super interesting to me. And honestly, sometimes that's what counts when it comes to reselling, because you're more inclined to list it. And you're just really going to enjoy like the process of researching it. So without further ado, let's just dive in. I'm going to go through this super quick, just like I did last time when I shopped this particular place as a yard sale, even though this was a private pick. Obviously, I got a lot of items, so let's just like dive straight through them. And I will put comps up on the screen as and when I can. Okay, so actually I'm going to start with my personal buys real quick, just to get them out of the way. This guy back here, he is a personal buy. We are huge collectors of Disney yarn in my family. Half of our office is that stuff. We're very picky with the pieces that we decide to collect, but my husband saw this from the car and desperately wanted it for the office. So I don't know what we're going to do with it, and I'm sure it has resale value anyway, but we're keeping Donald here. Also, I grabbed this hat, Patagonia hat. This has resale value as well, but I'm going to be keeping this for myself. And the last item that was a purely personal buy, again, would have resale value. It is a vintage Goosebumps t-shirt. It's a size extra large, which I believe is like a youth extra large, but I think that it will fit me, and it is the Haunted Mask. Would have preferred One Day at Horrorland or Chicken, not gonna lie, but I am gonna roll with this. And I think it actually says like 1994 maybe down here, and I love it. I'm gonna keep this forever. So those were items that I paid up a little bit for. Oh, and I also got a Mr. Toad, like a limited edition collectible pin that I paid $15 for. That was also for my husband's Disney pin collection. So like I said, I think I paid like $30 for him, $15 for that badge, probably like a couple of bucks for the hat, and I think maybe like 10 or 15 or so for this shirt. So you could kind of take that off, I guess. The $350, since they were personal items that I picked up for us, but I figured I'd just let you know. Overall, average cost of goods, just under $4 a piece. Okay, so let's get started with the hats, since there's a whole bunch of them. Some of them are missing their foam and stuff. I'll just go ahead and vacuum them out. That'll be absolutely fine. So we have this one, Camp Hiawatha. I don't know, I just thought it was really cool graphics, definitely like super 70s vibes. We have Minnesota one, and I think I tried to pick up ones that were mostly older ones. Another Minnesota one here. Vintage Texas Aggies. Actually, there is something what is in here? Oh my gosh, did it make sound once upon a time? I don't know what that is that's in there. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure that out before I sell it. Another Minnesota one here, looks like hockey, 97, 98. This one I just thought was kind of cool, and I have sold many a quirky hat in my day, so I grabbed that one. Another vintage one. Obviously, this has some discoloration to it. I actually didn't notice that when I bought it. I'm gonna try and clean it up and see how it turns out. Another vintage one. I got two of these. Does anybody remember this show? I don't know if they did an American remake for this, this, but this was a British show way back in the day, and you just don't see a lot of merch for it, so I decided to grab those. Foley Fun Days Parade lineup, and this is all like almost like a crushed velvet kind of thing. Again, just thought that was kind of cool. HBO hat. This does have like a website on the back, and it is made in Bangladesh, but it is like a papery tag, and I have a feeling this is probably like early 2000s or so. This vintage one as well, very specific. And finally, no idea how this will do, Ed Hardy. I have heard that it's making a comeback. I don't know why, but I am going to see if this sells as an experiment. Okay, one more hat, just not a sort of trucker hat. Genuine sheepskin, size large, Bighorn Sheepskin Company, Austin, Texas. There we go. I got one pair of boots. They are Harley Davidson boots. I'm pretty sure that they will have a style number. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Now, there is a little bit of peeling around here that I'm going to have to sort of remove a little bit. It's just sort of around here on the inside. It doesn't bleed over to the outside. Obviously, I will have to disclose that, but I don't think it's going to hurt the value too much since it's just the interior. And obviously, I will use my Doc Marten Wunderbar, as always, to bring this leather back to life before photographing it. I got a few different watches again. I have a huge bag of like Disney watches and stuff now that I have to grab. I have to list. I have so much to work through right now. So we have another Loris one. This one looks like it could have been musical at some point. I don't know. I'm going to have to experiment with that. Hunchback and Notre Dame, because you like never see this merchandise anywhere. Definitely has a little bit of a following. If you find the old dolls and stuff from the 90s, they can do really well. Oh, look. And on the inside is the gargoyles. That is so cool. I got this Pinocchio one with Jiminy Cricket. I just thought it was really, really cool. Never tell a lie. And then we just got a simple Bambi one as well. These I grabbed, and the blades absolutely have to be replaced. You can see that they have just been bent beyond all recognition at this point, but I don't think that that is too big of a deal. They can definitely be taken off and replaced by somebody, and they are vintage Care Bears little kids ice skates, so just totally unusual, never seen them before. Figured I would try them out. Have a vintage Motley Crue girls Bifold Wallet. Is made in Korea in really, really good shape. They have two fanny packs. Now, I am aware of the condition of these, like they are cracked and they are peeling on the PVC. I get it. I know that they are super worn in. However, I just thought they were really cool, and this kind of stuff sells so well for me despite the condition. So they both say Salem fresh on the scene, and they just scream like 80s to me, and since there was two of them, I decided to grab that because it's gonna be really easy to listen to both. Got one backpack. I don't know anything about the brand, I have to say, but again, just really, really loud kind of 80s 90s vibe, and I just like the look of it, so decided to grab that based on the aesthetic. Oh, anyone who watched my first video, which by the way I'll link it around here if you missed it, I missed this guy when I was going around. I knew that he was worth something, but for some bizarre reason I just never picked him up, and apparently nobody else did either because he was still there. And so I totally snagged him this time. He doesn't have the thermos inside, unfortunately, but he will still be worth hopefully around 40 to 50 or so. All right, we have this vintage Nativity set. It's like a put together pop-out set by Whitman, and it's all complete and sort of like new old stock or dead stock, whatever you want to call it. Again, not too sure on the value. If I can find a comp, I'll put it up, but I just thought it was so cool that it was still complete. All right, we have a Tommy Hilfiger kind of like fleece scarf. It has the really, really bold red, white, and blue colors, and then the spell out down here. It is technically from 2002. If you didn't know, you can often look at this little tag on Tommy Hilfiger and it'll give you a date down here, so 2002. So it's like on the fringe of being vintage. I'll probably be cheeky and call it vintage anyway, but I like that it was like the huge kind of, not really a spell out, but like the spell out colors. All right, we have a starter piece here, a vintage starter piece, and it is Vikings, member of National Football League, and it's just kind of like a pop over jersey type thing. It's quite thick, I have to say, and it's in really good shape for being an older piece. This is a Harley Davidson like huge one piece, like it goes all the way down to the feet with the stirrups. I don't know if it's older or not, but it has all the spell out going down the arms as well. Size XXL, made in Belgium. Again, haven't looked this up, but you know, Harley anything tends to do well, and I have to say on all of my travels I've never come across a piece quite like this. Any keywords would be welcome, by the way, because I'm not too sure where to begin searching for something like this. All right, I grabbed these three guys. Again, don't know if they have value or not. I'm pretty sure my husband is going to keep one of the Donalds. I didn't pay $15, by the way. This was just part of the pile, I guess. There was a lot of stuff from like thrift stores and stuff mixed in there, but I think my husband might keep one of these to go with his Donald over there, and then I might try and sell Mickey and Donald together as a pair. What are they? Walt Disney Productions Soki. So I guess Colgate Palm Olive Company. So I guess these were bubble bath way back in the day. I don't know how far back in the day, but still kind of cool. All right, and then we are at the clothes. So brace yourself. I'm going to try and go really fast through these. Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy Jeans. I thought this was older than it was because it has like the spell out and stuff. Actually, it's only sort of like I think it's maybe like 10 years old, something like that. So not vintage. And it does have a bleach stain. So what I think I'm actually going to do is possibly like do a whole bleach thing on this and sell it that way. Upcycled. Calvin Klein jeans. This is size medium, V-neck, ribbed. Does have some areas of discoloration, I have to say, but the reason why I grabbed it was that it has these papery tags and it is made in the USA, so this is definitely a vintage Calvin Klein piece. We have a feeler jacket. Again, I believe that this is older, made in Hong Kong, and just like a sort of spell out windbreaker with the big logo on the front there. We have a Coogie piece, but these are the kind of Coogie pieces that you want to look for. The Puma collaboration, says Coogie Australia on the back there, with all of these like wild colors. These can do really, really well. We have a vintage LL Bean piece, and it is extra large and it is made in the USA. It says down here somewhere, and it is like a goose down vest. Again, this being a bigger size really helps it, but these also can do really, really well, these vintage LL Bean pieces. We have a lot of this is vintage. I probably just stop saying vintage because I think most of this is Russell Athletic, made in Korea. This is a all embroidered like Giants jersey, 1998 Vikings, again Minnesota Vikings. Just a graphic sweatshirt. Have another pair of cool pants, and I think these might be the same kind as the other ones that I bought the other day. They have the vintage patina dye to them. Oh no, these ones are slightly different. I had the Riders, so these ones are the Revolvers. I'll have to look them up as well, but they're just a pair of men's cool pants. This is the logo if you haven't seen it. If you ever see this, you should definitely take the time to look it up. Another vintage t-shirt. This one is just a graphic one, Mount Rushmore. A pair of Nike size small joggers with the cuffs down here, just a sort of gray jogger. I wasn't sure about this brand, so I grabbed it so I could do some research. It's not terrible, but it's not awesome. I don't know that I would go out my way to pick it up again. This is what it is right here. Again, I'll put some comps up. These are just a pair of denim jean shorts, so maybe like 25 for those. Have a Walt Disney Records pullover, and it actually is specific to the movie Mulan. There was a few Disney pieces there that I was really interested in, but we got talking, and he's really into the Disney stuff as well, either to sell or collect. So when I came across those pieces, I made a point to be really honest and let him know that I had found this, and not, you know, not trying to hide it in my pile or whatever, so that he would have first dibs, because that's the kind of stuff that he was looking out for. You know, it's all about kind of like building a relationship and stuff, right? I hope to go back and be able to pick from him time and time again. Great to have kind of like a co-worker locally, if you like. And at the end of the day, there's no point being sneaky, is there? So anyway, with all that said, so this is again definitely an older piece. Don't know anything about it, but I just thought it was interesting. Another vintage piece, adult small, Slim Jim meat snacks. And then it has the actual Slim Jim on the back, just a ringer tee. I would say this one is a bit older as well, just a Pepsi logo t-shirt. Partisans, I actually don't know anything about this band, presumably, but I liked the graphic t-shirt, so I threw it in. We have some Adidas shorts. I'm hoping that there is a style number floating around in there, but they're really cool. They're like really stiff, and they have all of this like textured detail where it's all floral. They were so unique that I just had to grab those ones. Not older, just unique. We have Fire City Los Angeles 1992. Again, just an older t-shirt, but I just thought it was cool, and sometimes when I think things are cool, I'll just grab them. And then it had this huge graphic on the back, which I thought was kind of awesome. Minnesota Twins, again, this is an older piece, just a baseball jersey with it all being embroidered and whatnot. I have an NFL Texans. Again, this one is not older, but these things can still do really, really well. This actually slipped in my pile. I don't think I meant to buy this, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. So Guinness official merchandise. I don't know. It's a 2X there, so I guess I just kind of made it in my pile, and that's fine. Kind of the same thing with this one. It's okay. I'm with the Pit Crew. Again, just an older kind of racing style one. A pair of Coogie Jeans. I don't usually pick up Coogie Jeans. However, these ones were really unique. They had lots and lots of loud, bright colors on both sides, and then going all the way down the leg was a crazy, there we go, crazy design with the sneakers and all the rainbow colors, so I just couldn't leave them behind. Another t-shirt, no tags on this one. It is Color Me Bad. This I thought was kind of interesting. Chicago, American Eagle, American Airlines, and then on the back it said Summer of 92, survivor. So I have no idea what happened in the summer of '92 for American Airlines, but I am sorry, this looks awful. So apparently there was too many people, I'm not sure, but it was quirky enough. I have a vintage Tommy jeans, just like button down denim shirt with the little flag emblem. Have a Lacoste, designed in France, made in Peru, men's sweatshirt, like I said, brand new with the tags. This one is also definitely older, vintage Champion, made in the USA. I don't know what team it is necessarily, so please feel free to chime in if you do know. Something to do with panthers or big cats, not sure. This one is number 9, and it does have a name on the back as well. Oh, Wonder Woman. Never mind. Vintage Wonder Woman. No idea. Okay. But it is by Bike, B-I-K-E, made in the USA, and it is a cropped version, and I do really well with this particular brand in the cropped, like, kind of football jersey styles. We have another pair of Rock Revival sort of men's shorts. These ones are plaid. I already sold the other ones that I got at the first sale for, I think, like, maybe it was 30 or 35. Got one Ariat piece, again, not older, size extra large. It's a long sleeve polo shirt with the embroidered emblem, and it has the spell out going all the way down the arm. And then I got one pair of what I believe to be older, like sort of vintagey Kappa tracksuit bottoms. Unfortunately, the elastic has gone in the waist. I didn't realize that, but they do have a space for a drawstring, so if I buy one of those, I can still easily sell them, just letting them know that the drawstring works, but the elastic does not. All right, last pile, let's do this. Okay, so I think this is older as well. It is a sweatshirt, and it's of Mice and Men. Here's the logo. Not familiar, but it was cool enough to grab. Definitely an older piece. Bob and Willie Rally Round 88, so there's that. We have Woo-Wear, Wu-Tang Clan, I imagine, 2XL. Haven't sold this before, but he kind of encouraged me to give this one a try, so that's what I'm going to do. If nothing else, I learned something. This is a vintage dress. Don't know anything about the brand. It is a wool blend, but I just thought it was really cool because it has this really like high neckline, and then it's also a long sleeve, and it's kind of like a really sort of slim fitted, almost like a wiggle dress. This one I thought was really cool. You can tell the type of stuff I like to find, can't you? So here is the tag, extra large, Children's Miracle Network, live from Disneyland Telethon. I'll have to figure out exactly when this is from. There's some discolorations and stuff. I couldn't care less. At the end of the day, this is an older piece. Like, they're barely ever going to be perfect, right? Same with this one, Velvet Sheen, made in the USA. Just a Mickey Mouse, and then Morgan Hill. I don't know what that means or what that's from, so if you know, let me know down in the comments, but still grabbed it. This was just quirky, so I had to grab it. What can I say? So I survived the networking jungle safari. This isn't like super old, obviously, like we have internet references going on here, but I think that it is like old enough that this is definitely considered at this point a vintage piece, which is kind of crazy. And I just thought it was so funny. There's some IT person out there that will love this. Right, we have a NFL Reebok Miami Dolphins sort of like football jersey, I guess. We have another sweatshirt, jerseys, Saloon University number 10, Deadwood, South Dakota. Okay, sure, whatever. I just thought that was cool. This piece, I don't know that this is, it's probably a little bit older. I don't know that it's actually vintage though. It's just a Mickey Mouse Christmas sweatshirt. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Have another old, slightly older piece here, Minnesota Twins baseball, just a graphic t-shirt. Very cute reindeer Nordic feral themed style cardigan, and it is a vintage Pendleton, 100% virgin wool, made in the USA. This one is technically a vintage piece, Walt Disney World. You can see the paper tag under there as well, extra large. It's just got this kind of like high neckline, it's almost like a hoodie but without the hood. And then we have the Mickey Mouse embroidery. Another graphic t-shirt, the lights out, not familiar, but just thought it was really kind of cool. Another older piece, the Jaguars. Okay, this piece I was so excited about. When I watched my video back from my first time round at the actual yard sale and I was editing it, I realized that one of the jackets I got, those Minnesota Twins, if I'd have found the satin bomber jacket, the starter one, that it would have been worth like 100 or more. And then I watched myself pick it up, decide not to buy it and throw it back, which was really, really painful. I have to say, totally stung. And look, I found it again. I'm so excited. So this is the vintage starter jacket, the satin bomber jacket, Minnesota Twins. So thrilled that I got around to grab that one. Vintage Christmas sweatshirt. These do so well for me, come sort of like November or whatnot. A bear hug from Oregon, very specific, but that is fine, and it's from 1994. Have one more Pendleton piece right here, again made in the USA. This is their Western wear, and just like a super Southwestern wool waistcoat or vest. Vintage Minnesota Twins embroidered like old school kind of baseball jersey. We have Polo Ralph Lauren size extra large. I only grabbed this because it had a really cool novelty print of like sort of hunting dogs and stuff on it. And the last piece is just a Harley Davidson size extra large embroidered pullover. All right, you guys, thank you for coming along with me to this sort of yard sale private pick, whatever the heck it was. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, but I had a blast finding a bunch of really cool, unique stuff to flip online for a profit as usual. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you enjoy videos about yard sailing and thrifting and flipping stuff online, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can come back and hang out some more. As usual, if you're looking for a friendly Facebook group, there is a link down below in the description to my group, Thrift Nice. And lastly, if you're on the hunt for any fun reseller or thrifting themed merchandise, you can check out my Teespring store link down below as well. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.